what is this? 37?
Yeah, no, 36, I believe.
It is 36. It is?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay.
36.
You're right, 'cause we couldn't find nobody for 35. I
Yeah.
got somebody for 36.
Who?
Ooh.
Sean Alexander. Was he 36?
No, he's 37.
37. All right, next episode. Damn. God damn.
Mad dude. Brian Westbrook. Remember from the Eagles? Running back?
Oh, he was 36. 7?
36.
36?
Yeah.
He was.
This episode 36. Yeah, it is. Okay.
I think he was. I think he was. Well, welcome to episode 36 of Crash Dummies podcast. Thank you everybody for listening. And what else do we got? Subscribe, all the jazz. Sometimes I wish I have like a pre-recorded thing.
just read out the teleprompter.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that episode. I'm just gonna press it and like.
I thought you was about to turn it off.
No,
I thought you was done. Like, I'm tired of this shit.
Like every time I ask, please subscribe, rate our podcast, listen to us and all.
Yes. Pre-recorded voice.
Yeah.
You're just sitting there staring. Please listen to this message.
We're gonna do that next episode. But yeah, subscribe to us.
Remember we did those commercials?
Which ones?
The commercial, we read those funny things with the music behind it.
Yeah.
We should do that again.
Bro, the funny thing is that I feel like every time I listen to podcasts, sometimes it's like, damn, we'll have one point. And
we're just talking.
We just steer off to like the most random shit.
We're just talking to each other. I honestly forget we on here sometimes.
Anyway, what do we got this week? What happened? You watch Euphoria?
Oh, Euphoria?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think about the season finale?
It's gonna be tough to get me back.
Yeah.
Really enough. As good as the show is, they didn't leave me enough of a hanger. Like, the biggest hanger coming back is like
Cliffhanger.
I can't say hanger.
I don't think you can.
The biggest hanger.
Cliffhanger.
Okay, whatever. Anyways, the biggest cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Coming back is like, where didn't they go? His dad went to jail. Like, who really cares? And Fez is probably going to jail. And then it's like the aftermath of everybody finding out Fez goes to jail and that Ashtray is dead. But that's one episode, bro.
Yeah. They're trying to say, I saw the little theories and saying, people's trying to say, Ashtray might not be really dead because they didn't show him actually getting shot. I'm like, fam, if he's not dead, I'm gonna
be mad as hell.
Like, you went through the thing about that too. People were like, oh my gosh, he was like the only one that was moving wild. He was moving way too wild.
Bro, he killed too many people. Like, bro, you're not even giving people a chance and you stabbing them in their neck.
They thought he's going to have... I understand why people thought he might have got away too, because Netflix also has a show, You, where Joe has been killing people for 3 seasons without being caught. The main character.
People got that. It depends on what show you watch.
Yeah.
I hate those shows where the main character always survive. Like, man, somebody got to die.
Somebody important too had to.
Yeah, somebody had to die. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I thought it was all right.
We knew he couldn't go to court.
Yeah.
Ashtray.
Yeah.
Because he wouldn't say nothing, and it'd just be like kind of pointless to have a court scene with him.
I was wondering why they weren't making him talk as much, because I remember in the first season I felt like he talked a little bit. And
no, he didn't. I didn't think so.
But then...
Oh, yeah, he did. He cussed out Rule. He was talking to Rule, yeah.
But then I started hearing him speaking in his real... Just like speaking, like talking about it. But dude sounds like a really nice dude. Like a nice guy.
It's just how he looks.
Yeah.
It's all about the eyebrows, bro.
Yeah.
His eyebrows pointed down.
The little cut in the eyebrows.
Yeah. You got to point it down, cut the eyebrows.
Yeah. What else we got? I feel like something big happened that we really were talking about this whole time, and then we just forgot.
The fights last night. Kanye.
What happened with Kanye again?
His divorce is final.
Oh, yeah. Well, her divorce. I think she wanted it.
I think this is a good question, because I think this is probably the most I've been invested. Mainly because we have a podcast. But somebody asked a question, what's the most...
invested you've been.
The most invested you've been into a celebrity drama.
Mm-hmm.
And this is probably it right now.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of any other.
I was really into the 50 Cent, the game. I'm into any beef that 50 Cent is into because he does what I want like to happen. Like, I hate when people send subliminals back and forth like, oh, this could be about you, this couldn't be. You know what I mean? Like, 50 Cent, like, this about you, your mama. I got a picture of your mom at work sleep.
Yeah.
Remember he did that shit?
I think he did that to DJ Khaled.
Yeah.
He went to where his mom worked at.
He knew somebody and told them to go take a picture of where his mom sleep at. Like, that's the type of shit because I want a fast beef. Like, I hate these dudes. How you beefing for 2 years? Like, ain't nobody got beat up or nothing.
Yeah, no consequence. I think the one that actually was interested in it wasn't even real beef. It was 50 Cent and Kanye West. Do you remember when it wasn't real beef. Remember they had the little records, who can sell more records first week type of competition?
They fake beef for album sales.
Yeah. And
50 Cent blew him out the water. Holy shit.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
How much should I bet Kanye West won?
You sure?
Yeah.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I'm thinking Kanye West blew him out the water.
Yes, Kanye West blew him. Yeah.
Okay.
Kanye West had more record sales. Because I'm pretty sure. We can look that up. You want to fact check?
I don't know. Maybe I was right.
No, I'm pretty sure. The reason because that album that 50 had wasn't like it was on his tail end of his career, I believe.
Okay. Oh no, it was Graduation.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, that's right.
that was the, and it was obviously it wasn't for 50 Cent. It wasn't in the club or anything playing.
Yeah. Kanye sold 957,000. 50 Cent sold 691,000.
600 is still crazy.
That's still crazy though.
That's really if somebody sells 600,000 first week right now, like Drake just did 5 something or 4 something.
400 something?
Yeah, first week.
Was it? Did he?
Yeah.
That's pretty good for nowadays.
Yeah, I feel like it's so much different.
Somebody just dropped, bruh. They sold like 13K in a week. And it was a popular rapper. I was like, damn, we get more views on a podcast.
But that's the thing now. It's what's defined as a sale now. Because when Kanye and them were doing that, it was hard covers. So it was like raw sales.
So much streaming stuff.
So now with streaming, these streaming services dictate what one sale it means. It could be.
You paused entirely too long.
What?
On that word.
What one sale includes?
No, dictate.
Dictates.
There you go. Say it all the way through.
But what was I saying again? Yeah, so the record labels now pick what's a sale and what's not. So it can be 500 million streams equals 10,000 sales. But like I got 500 million streams. Right. And that's so. And the thing about it is that I feel like people are listening to music way more than they are back then. It was just for us, when we were growing up, it was a bigger barrier to entry to knowing what was out and what was not out. Whatever they showed on 106 in Park, MTV Jams, whatever. Yeah. Those countdowns, if it was outside of that, to be underground is like you have to be really invested or old enough to like be outside, like by yourself and stuff like that.
Because you can like back in the day, let's say for some reason your brother got the 50 Cent tape, right? And me and you are friends, and I don't have the 50 Cent CD. I know about 4 songs on there because that's the one that reached, MTV, 106 in Park, and the radio.
Yeah.
You know the other 10. And you come rapping like, yeah, I'm rapping the 50 Cent. And I'm like, damn, I've never heard of that. Because how else would I hear of that?
Yeah.
Back then, you can just search up the song and shit, it might not be on YouTube. Depending on what song it is.
And you might not. That's the thing.
Now you'd be like, hey, go look up this song from this rapper to only get 1,000 streams. And I could still find this stuff.
I don't. Yeah, we had to go through LimeWire and shit like that.
LimeWire, you getting spam,
America.
You try to download 50 Cent, all you hear is you. Like fuck, he got me again.
They started doing the Rick Roll stuff too. That's because they did that with YouTube videos. Remember back in the day when you used to try to watch a YouTube video, and it'll show a beginning part, and then it'll go into a little I forgot the song though. It was like a Rick Roll song. It's called. Dun, 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 dun,
Oh,
it's a dude right here. Yeah, that exactly.
Your rhythm is fucked up. Bro. I had
Was
no
I doing
idea
this?
where you're going.
I was off beat. Yeah.
No. That's the only reason I knew where you got that. That you said it. What it was.
The snap?
Yes, because your tune didn't sound.
It
like
wasn't that. I thought I was gonna get through that one. I was trying to skate through that part for sure.
Steaming.
Did you see TikTok is doing 10-minute videos now. You can post 10-minute videos on TikTok.
Sheesh.
Which I think
they're gonna lose a lot of people. They're just doing too much.
Yeah, I think that's where you draw the line, because the thing about it is that most YouTubers, they put out like 10-minute videos anyway, like their vlogs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But obviously they're getting paid way more to do it on on YouTube than they are on TikTok. So if I'm like any type of content creator, I would not put my stuff like 10-minute video on YouTube on TikTok.
Actually, that might be genius for our realm. I was just thinking like from a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Like just think, okay, we love clips, right?
Yeah.
And we're giving people an hour to an hour and a half of content. We got 10 minutes worth of, like, usually during a podcast probably has like 10 to 20 minutes of like, this is the best part of the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
These cut up pieces. And if you can throw all that into a quick episode and then get people to watch the full one.
That's the thing. Who's really going to sit down and on one video on TikTok? It has to be the most intriguing story ever, or they have to like know that person.
Yeah, but they're starting to get, I'm guessing when they have a 10-minute video, they're going to start implementing the rewind and the skip forward buttons a little bit more, like they don't have on TikTok. Like some videos don't even have the thing. If the video's quick enough, you can't even scroll past it to see what it is. So they're going to have more of that, which is going to more accessible. But still, I think it's a bad idea. Yeah. They're better off creating another app. Like TikTokity Talk.
Yeah, or like, TikTube or something like that. Yeah.
Somebody probably already got that.
I bet you they do.
Yeah. Google TikTok.
Did you see also, did you see AB is going to be performing at Rolling Loud?
For real?
Yeah. That's all I have to say about it. That's all.
That's crazy. That Rolling Loud, I had to fact check that Rolling Loud. That's a lot of people.
Yeah, like, Rolling Loud is always like they always have.
I know, but you just sometimes like the more and more like concerts go on, the more and more people are skipping concerts.
Yeah.
The more and more people are saying this doesn't have to be the best concert. Just like people are starting to do that with the award shows.
Yeah.
Like remember how big Grammys used to be?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I mean, they're still like the top notch of what you can get. But it's kind of dwindled down to be like, if you don't win a Grammy, it's not everything. Like, you can still be a great artist without winning a Grammy. Because we see so many artists that lasted the longevity of time that we like.
And that brings up a point that I didn't have this on the docket, but I wanted to talk about it though. Like, how people put so much weight on athletes winning championships and then their whole career. Like, it's interesting because if somebody doesn't win one, like they're talking about Carmelo, like, oh, he doesn't win one, he wasn't, his career was invalid or something. But like these guys go into the league to be the best at their game. Yeah. And I feel like if you went out on top, like skill wise, like, hey, I used to run the league for 10 years, then I think that's something to hold your head high about. Yeah. Because everybody's not going to win a championship. No matter what. It's like, it's just impossible. It's like one of those things where obviously those people that do win it should be commended. But I also think people that don't win championships shouldn't be put down like their career, like, oh, he didn't have a great career.
A lot of people don't realize that you have to be solidified to chase a championship. Mm-hmm. Meaning that you have to make so much money that now you can move in terms of getting a championship. And the only reason they're trying to get the championship is because it will bring them more money. Yeah. Like if Draymond Green at this point had never won a championship, he wouldn't even be considered for the Hall of Fame. He wouldn't have no endorsements like he does now. He's like super marketable for a player that like averages 9, 6, and 6. Mm-hmm. You know, so it's like these players, they realize it's an entertainment thing.
Yeah.
And the only time a player gets competitive is when he's earned so much money he doesn't have anything left to prove. Then the competitiveness comes out of him, like, okay, now I need to do anything I can to win a championship.
Yeah.
LeBron, for instance, at that point, I bet you he had made like $250 or to $500 million already in his life.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, at this point, I'm getting paid from Nike enough and all. I need to win, bro. Like,
And that's you're
it's
right.
my next step to being marketable. You know what I mean? Somebody like Bradley Beal, he's like, I haven't made enough money yet. So what do it look like me running off to the Lakers and leaving $150 million? That's what people don't realize.
That's so much money.
It's not like, that's like somebody asking you, like, hey, do you want to be part of a better company? You making $100,000 over there, right?
Yeah.
But you're always going to make $100,000. Actually, you're going to make more money over there. They're going to make you supervisor. They're going to give you an extra $10,000 every year. You're going to build up, but you guys are never going to be famous. You guys are never going to be Google. You're always going to be that local tech agency that only realms over Wisconsin, let's say, right? Or you can come to Google, where we doing innovative things and be famous, take a little pay cut, but you'll be famous and you'll like, more people will know you. They'll be like, oh, he's a dude that created this app, this app, but you're making significantly less. Which one do you take? You probably stay and make more money because you like, who cares about that stuff? But then after a certain point, you make a certain amount of money, then you'll leave to the other company like, okay, I want to be famous. I want to be a little bit more in the limelight.
Yeah. I think that's the same thing. I think with not even just basketball too, there's any type of athlete, like trying to be the best at that sport is mainly what I'm trying to do, right? Yeah. I feel like championships are something that comes with it. But like you said, at the end of the day, they're doing this for money. Like
everything's for money.
If I'm Bradley Beal, that's a perfect situation because he's a good enough player where he can go make a difference. But let me use another example. Like, and when you think of Mario Chalmers, right? Are you thinking about championship? Right? You're not for me, I'm not thinking, the first thing that comes to mind when I think of Mario Chalmers, I'm not thinking, oh, he's an NBA champion. Right? But he is though, and like it's like one of those people to me is like, but that's why I'm not disrespecting Mario Chalmers either.
That's why you know him though.
Yeah.
You know him because when he was in college he hit a big shot for a championship. And then you know him again because he won a championship in college. Oh, he's playing with LeBron. You know everybody that played with LeBron. That's another thing.
That's the other thing too.
That's another thing. But he also plays around a championship. But saying that, we know everybody that played with Melo. Like, you just remember who's around like this.
Exactly.
That's another thing is like a role player. Do you stay with like who's bad right now? Like, do you stay with the Pelicans, right?
Yeah.
I know I'm the number 2 guard on the Pelicans. I'm the number 1 guard on the Pelicans. I'm a starting point guard. I would be the second guy off the bench in LA. But I could possibly win a championship, get famous, and then people overpay me to go somewhere else. That's what they like.
But you're thinking about those contracts too. They're signing 5-year, 6-year deals. It's like, do I take this deal with $100 million less? Even $40 million by itself, like a difference is like, it's like, I don't know. When I think of that stuff like that, like even when I spend money on just like, it's like bullshit. Like say when we spend the money on the booth, right?
Yeah.
I'm thinking like, damn, I could have used that 800 for something else.
Yeah.
So when
like,
you give up 40s, like what?
And you betting on
could change.
A lot of people were saying like, and I'm betting on other people.
And
so,
it's something that's not for sure or guaranteed.
For sure. Everybody got mad at Melo when he didn't go to Chicago. Yeah. Right. For Melo's like, okay, D Rose, Thibodeau, whatever his name is, Taj Gibson, whoever was there in Bulls, y'all, do I believe in y'all enough to say I can leave 40 to 50 mil on the table and y'all gonna get me a championship so I can get that back like through endorsements and marketability? You know what I mean? Do I believe in this team enough? He looked at the Bulls and was like, no, the Heat exists. No. Yeah. Like, I might as well stay over here and build my own thing. If I'm going to get put out in the second round, I might as well do it with $200 million. Like, nobody's leaving for, like...
Well, people also think, like... I know Westbrook is not doing the best right now, right?
Yeah.
But, like, I think for him, too, is one of those things that he was saying. Like, I get to go home to my kids and... My kids don't know nothing that's going about. So like to ask me if I'm really bothered by this, it's like I'm not really. Obviously I want to play the best I can, But at the end of the day, it's just a sport.
You know who it's weird because you know who I think is more bothered by losing are people that won championships.
Yeah.
Like Bradley Beal not making the playoffs doesn't hurt as much as like to LeBron and LeBron's feeling of not getting to the playoffs or not getting to the championship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Bradley Beal is like it's almost his 9th, 10th season. And he's never even been close.
Yeah, he probably never will.
So people think that his heart's broken because hey, come over here and win a championship. Like, bro, I'm pretty damn popular for not winning a championship.
Yeah.
Like I'm doing pretty well for myself. Like
It's the same thing as like Shady McCoy. Like he didn't win a championship in his best years, and he ended up winning 2 back-to-back years.
he did. Oh, you went with the
Chiefs and Buccaneers.
In a smaller role.
Yeah, in a way smaller role. But then it's like he deserves those rings because of everything he did before type of shit. Yeah.
It's
So some people might get there to the tail end of the career where it's like, I got this now. That's like that's the best rings to get.
The one where you just chilling?
Like you were really good on your team.
Yeah, professionally.
And you didn't win.
Professionally. If you're in high school or college, that shit would suck. Like, damn, when you part of that 16 championship squad?
Bro, losing this sucks, bro. Because when I first got to Lakeland, our school we went to, our team was 2-8, bro.
It does suck.
That shit was so depressing, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, yeah, I'm done with this season.
It's just depressing because if you're bad consecutively, which we went 2-6, 4-8 before the championships. No, 2-6, 4-6, 2-8, 4-6 before the championships.
Okay.
Right? Just
Whatever. Yeah, go ahead.
Anyways, whatever. We was bad 2 years in a row. Fuck y'all. Would you rather take a clean punch from an ungloved Deontay Wilder for a brand new car of your choice, or get shot in the foot for $200,000?
I'm taking the punch to the face.
Look for a car?
Yeah.
Okay. I just...
Bro, I can pick any car.
The problem I have... the problem I have with any of those questions is because bro, at some point, right? Just visualize this.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, you're going to be driving your brand new car. And you're going to have to look, you know how you look in your rearview mirror? Like, hey, who behind me? And you just going to see your black ass eye in the mirror. You could be like...
Bro, I'm going to get
Bro, you know, hey, for that first month, that shit not going to feel good.
When I'm in $1 million car, that's the thing about it. You know, everybody going to big brain the question because it's like, oh, 200,000? I can get a $1 million car.
True. Yeah, $1 million car and sell it. Yeah. You know what I'm doing? Is gonna hop on there. That's so annoying, bro. Just pick one. Dudes always gotta just pick one, bro.
Yeah.
And then they get mad about your answer.
Yeah.
Like, bro, that's his answer.
But since we were talking about boxing, though, there's something that's always like puzzled me a little bit. Is that why was it always seen as a bad thing to flinch?
It was.
But it makes sense why somebody would flinch, though, right?
They ready.
Yeah. It doesn't. That's so weird.
You get 2 for flinching. 2 for flinching.
Yeah. And I think flinching is a good thing. But the thing about it is, like, I think, because when people are flinching during an actual fight, you see people like, weave. But then it's like...
It's 2 different type of
yeah.
flinching, like you're trying to say.
Yeah.
Because it's the flinching, like, all right, if I jump at you and then you like square up, kind of weave back, okay, like you flinch, I could say you scared, but it looked like you was ready.
Yeah.
But some people flinch and they go into a submissive position.
Yeah.
Like I was about to smack you in the back of your neck and you went like this.
Yeah.
Like, damn, you ain't gonna do nothing back if I smacked you in the back of your neck.
Or like, yeah, exactly. I think you're right. That's the perfect word. Like being more submissive to that part.
Like, get your scary ass on.
Especially if like you're not really gonna fight that person.
Yeah, it's
if I'm just like little broing, like if I wanted to, I would.
Yeah.
But my thing is that if you're going to, you're gonna get the follow up.
Bro, you know what I think is funny?
What?
People argue about anything when they don't like you. And a lot of people need to like take note to that, and they'll know who likes them or not.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could be like, "Man, it's a good week today." and then some dude walk behind you. It rained Wednesday. Get your negative ass on.
Yeah.
Like, the fuck?
Yeah.
It's like, bruh.
The worst is like when you see people arguing over stuff that doesn't even matter. Like what or it's like something like what high school did LeBron play against? Right? And somebody said, "Oh, he played against Oak Park." I'm like, "No, he didn't.
Oak
No."
Hill.
And
it was Oak Hill.
And there's serious arguments about it. Or about like celebrity news.
Celebrity news. Dude don't even care about you. LeBron don't even know y'all.
Exactly.
LeBron and Michael Jordan do not know y'all boys. You boys be ready to kill each other.
Because people come to blows from what do you call it?
Duh.
From sports.
From sports teams?
Just arguing over players, like petty stuff like that.
You see though, that's the most fights that you see.
Yeah.
It's like especially out in the Bay Area, like 49ers fans and Cowboys fans.
Mm-hmm.
The boys be fighting over a rivalry that like, bro, these dudes are friends. These dudes are hugging after the game.
Yeah.
And y'all fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine that. You fighting somebody in a crowd and your two favorite players hugging each other after the game.
Yeah. Did you hear about Cain Velasquez?
No.
So Cain is a former UFC fighter. He might still be, but he hasn't fought in a while. But former heavyweight champion, did great things in UFC. Recently he was arrested though, for attempted murder, and
with his hands,
with a gun.
Damn.
But the reason is now that people are defending him it was because the person he was allegedly trying to shoot was not convicted, but was going to court for molesting his child and some other kids, I believe.
Sheesh.
So people were like, "Oh yeah, he's in right to go and try to take matters into his own hands," because it's like one of those things that everybody says that they would do, but if the situation came up, you might not, and it doesn't make you wrong or right for not doing anything.
Right.
But the only thing that sucks now is like, hopefully they do take it a little bit easy on him. But the thing about it is like, sometimes even when stuff like that happens, it's hard to even imagine what that feels like to go through.
Be in that situation. Yeah.
But then now you might put yourself in danger to go to jail away from your kid
that needs you.
That probably needs you in the first place. So it's like
it's a tough situation. You can't judge nobody in that situation.
Yeah, I can't. No,
they
for
made
sure.
Their bed. He thought about it. I bet you. He had to think about it.
Yeah, know the consequences of it.
What I heard also coming from that situation is that he actually didn't shoot the guy.
Yeah.
That did it. He shot the guy that bailed him out.
I didn't hear that part.
Yeah, that's what I saw under all the comments. Because a lot of people were defending him, and then a lot of people said, "No, don't offend him. He shot the wrong guy."
Yeah, I was seeing. Just because I'm a big UFC fan.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I've been seeing that. It's like one of those things. Like, yeah,
you just don't judge because you're not in that position. Like,
yeah, it's
that's tough.
Yeah, I can't. All this other thing.
I ain't gonna say on film if I would kill somebody, but
yeah,
I'd kill somebody.
That's facts. I was thinking about this the other day when I was watching. I was seeing some of the combine stuff, and I saw some of the guys doing the dances and stuff like that, right? And I started thinking, I was like, I've never actually attempted to do the gritty.
I never will.
Actually,
I wouldn't say. We're just out of football.
Yeah, so
we were playing football.
So that's what I was starting to think about, like, just all these dance crazes that come out. Like, we've done some of like the Dougie when it came out, even the allegedly. I've never been good. I've never done the nay the whip.
I've seen you nay before.
I can do a little bit.
You used to always nay.
Yeah, but the Dougie, that's too much coordination.
Always nay, and then you would turn it to a twerk. And I'd be like,
this is why those dudes make those comments.
He used to go, and then he started twerking. Everybody like, yay, cut on that up. Who should I see? That's my dog. Who you know?
But I always lose my point when you do this. What was I talking about?
I have no clue.
Oh my! The gritty.
Oh yeah, gritty.
God damn.
McGriddle.
But yeah, that's the one dance I've always looked at. And I just noticed, like, I never even like thought of attempting to do this dance.
I really haven't.
Yeah,
it's just like one of those things.
It's probably the first dance I've never really thought about, like, even actually doing.
Yeah. If you can't, it's certain dances that, okay, there's so many Dougies,
Yeah.
right? That even if you're a stiff dancer, you can find a Dougie that looks good because there's a calm Dougie, even like a Nene.
And they're all semi-stationary.
Kind of, even a whip. You just gotta learn how to turn your
You're in that little
arm
circle
and make the illusion like I'm whipping. Bruh, gritty, you got to be coordinated. So if you can't get it right away, you're not gonna catch up.
Yeah.
Unless you practicing.
That's the thing. Where do you practice?
Gritty bad and then end up gritty and good, I know you practice and I'm calling you out.
Yeah.
Hey y'all, he wasn't that good 2 months ago. He in front of the mirror talking about, sorry, I can't be your man.
Yeah, that's
sorry.
Yeah, I was like, how do I even like attempt to start this? Like, why would I be doing this at home by myself? Like, imagine me trying to practice the gritty in this little ass office.
Come out your room with an ankle brace. Like, damn, what you in there doing?
Yeah, if it's just too much moving, I ain't attempting it. But yeah,
no, that's too much for me. I don't dance.
I just pull up my pants and. What y'all know about that? Did you also see that Footlocker is getting rid of Nikes? They're not gonna carry any Nikes in there. They're gonna focus more on Adidas and the other brands.
Footlocker's not gonna carry Nike anymore?
Nope.
Damn, I never heard of that.
Yeah. As of I saw the news article maybe last week, and a lot of people was like, "Yeah, this is over for Footlocker," and I'm like,
"It might."
I think Footlocker was on the way out anyway. When's the last shoe you bought from Footlocker?
I said I go to Footlocker first. If I can try to find some ones, or sometimes you just go. No. I'm saying you don't purposely go to Footlocker.
Yeah.
It's like I'm at the mall for something else.
Yeah.
And then Footlocker's upstairs. Let me check if they got anything that they're not supposed to have. You know what I mean? Like, oh, why y'all got some retro Jordans? I'll take them. But what I will say is, there's gonna be a lot less people in there. The only way that they can save face if Adidas convinces, like if Yeezy comes out with like a stock shoe, you know, like there's some retro Jordans that you can have access to if you walk into a Finish Line.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you never walk into a store that's not like that type of store that just randomly has Yeezys. You not walk into like a commercial shoe store.
Yeah.
And it has Yeezys. That's the only way that Foot Locker can.
Yeah. It's an interesting move. I didn't really read on the reason why.
That's crazy.
But
there's a lot less fans.
But I feel like even with shoe shopping in general,
it's starting to die.
Yeah, I think people know their sizes. Like back then, it was like people know their sizes. Now, people know the way that the shoe looks. It's the same shoe that keeps coming out. So you already have.
How dumb were we back then?
What?
Bro, just think of every time you shop for a shoe, you put your
foot in that little shoe measurer.
Your foot in shoe measure. Hey, that's how you know we was broke, because we was getting shoes a year apart and shit. Like, why don't I know my shoe size? You got new shoes in the year.
Yeah. I remember I was forcing myself to wear like a 7, because remember, like, it's probably still the set case for shoes now. Like, there's that tier in price that changes from like 7.5 to 8.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, because I think then was considered like a kid's shoe was a 7 and below.
That's why
and
they
then,
say, smaller feet people pay less for the shoes.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So I used to try to squeeze into a 7 for the longest time.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm like, I didn't want to. It was like a $20 difference too, especially those little Payless shoes. They were on it.
I used to be geeked when my feet came back bigger.
They did.
I'd be like, oh, a 10, yeah. I used to be geeked.
I wonder when did our feet stop growing? That's a dumbass question.
It gotta be. I bet you it's
a question that people don't even care about.
Who cares about that? That is true. Hey, some little kid on here like, man, just tell me. Sorry, little man, you got a while to go, bruh.
Yeah.
I hate when people say that they the first person to do something. Like, they're supposed to stop the person from doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, somebody can literally. This is how bad people hate, bro. They'll see you praying and come up to you and be like, "Oh, you just now talking to God?" Been doing that. God damn. I can't start praising God at the age of 12. I've been doing
the worst one
early.
The worst one was always when
1 Corinthians.
when new music came out, and then you know, like especially when we had the CDs and iPod days.
Yeah.
You'd be like, "Oh, did you hear this song? Yeah, I've heard that last week." Like, fam, I just asked because you heard it.
You heard it.
Like
Ain't nobody asked you what you did last week.
You start doing something, you be like, "Oh, I've been doing that. I've been doing that for this many years." Like, fam,
Right.
I don't care.
I didn't ask you that.
What people need to stop though is wearing them big ass boots.
You hating.
Yeah, I don't like them.
I'm gonna catch it. I can't wait to catch you in them boots.
Them boots. You never
I
see-
promise you, you're gonna be the first one in it. Like, bro, I had to, bro. I had to, brother.
Yeah, if you see me in big boots, there's no, it's rough. It's rough. Rough out here. Bro, you ever lose your wallet and like just hope that they can take everything and anything, but please don't take my ID.
Bro, anything.
Like, save me the trip to the DMV.
Hey, take the 100s, the 20s. Please don't take my. And it's probably the cheapest thing in there.
Yeah.
So like, kind of like, it's probably the easiest thing, man.
Bro, that's the only thing I ever wish for, because like at least like leave it on the ground. Like just take the money and the stuff is in there and like throw it somewhere. Like somebody can
That'd
find.
be dirty as hell if they stole your shit and then cut your idea. Man, fuck this dude.
Took it the extra mile.
Hey, and left it for you to see.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy, bro.
Because bro, going to the DMV or wherever you got to go for your ID, it's like, bro, that's the work. Because everything else you can pretty much get online. You know, like, hey, I lost my card. Can you send me another card? Lock my card out. This and that. That driver's license, you damn near have to go in every time, or it's just like a big big problem to try to get there and stuff like that.
Hell yeah, it's big ass line, waiting room, people stank.
How come people are never happy that work there?
Huh?
Why are people not happy that work there?
Bro, that's a requirement, bro.
Yeah.
If you go to a job interview for the DMV, be like, hi, how you doing? They're like, get the fuck out. Get the fuck out of my office.
Manners?
Bro, yeah. Speaking of manners, that's what I wanted to go back to.
Yeah.
Like, just think about people that rob you, right? You already pissed.
Bro, the way you intro that topic, just think about people that rob you. I've never been like robbed though.
I know, but just think about people that rob, right?
Yeah.
You already pissed. What if they was like, they're actually being polite? Because they could like annoy the fuck out you. Like, you know how much power that person has over you? Like, okay, let's say somebody stole the camera, right? So they stole the camera, you already pissed. You like, man, they broke through the back door, and you go through the back door, you see it kicked open, you see a sticky note. And they say, better luck next time, bitch. Sincerely, Robert. Like, tell me that wouldn't get under your skin. Any other time you laugh at the shit, but no matter what's on that sticky note.
Bro, for Robert to have the audacity to leave a note and to take their time, that means they weren't worried at all.
Or they like rob you and they be like, it's a sticky note, and then you read the sticky note and it's like, yeah, hey, tell your girls them cookies nasty as fuck. Like, you bitch.
Hey, y'all know y'all milk expired.
Damn, all I got was money, big ass clothes. Clothes big as shit, boy.
Bro, speaking of expired milk, that's the worst thing I used to do on accident as a kid.
Was drink it?
Drink it, bro. Because I never like thought to like smell it first. I was just like, all right. Because sometimes even if you go by the date, sometimes the milk, the dates are wrong a little bit. Like if you drink milk the day before it expires, sometimes it can still taste a little bit.
Right. People just go purely off the date.
Yeah.
It's crazy how expiration dates work with people. Like, they just believe that shit.
Right to the T.
My girl is like super good at that. Like, she makes sure that it's good. She doesn't care if it says it's expiring in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
She's still checking it.
Yeah, I'm down to 2 days with
That
mine.
is crazy. Like, people be drinking milk just like, hey, I don't think it's expired the day of.
Yeah.
Like, today's the 21st. It said it was going to expire the 21st, and it was at Walmart.
Some people say like the expiration date on milk, it gives it leeway than the true expiration date. I'm like, yeah, but still.
Hell no. I don't believe that shit.
No, I'm not doing that.
For
They're
sure.
wondering why we're laughing right now. Because the part that's already cut out, we have to cuss a part out.
The question was, do you put your milk in before your cereal or your cereal in before your milk?
And I put my milk in first.
Your milk?
Yeah.
I put my cereal in.
Which way's the right with the standard way?
No, I feel like you should put your cereal in first. If you could, especially if you come from a black household, my mom will beat my ass if I put the milk in first. Because you got to know how much you want to eat first. And the milk is only to help you eat the cereal.
I think I did it the milk first because I don't want to judge. Because sometimes I put too much cereal and I don't want to drink that much milk. I know the type amount of milk I want already.
That's weird as hell.
How?
That's so weird.
I know
You should want to know how much cereal you're eating.
But the thing about sometimes when I do that, then there's too much. There'll be like too much milk in it or too much cereal in it for me for the amount of milk I'm already poured in there.
That's why you find your balance.
Yeah, so I pour the milk first.
Oh my God.
Know how much milk, and then I can pour the cereal until I see the milk to cereal ratio I want.
Well, man, everybody different.
You know what I used to do that was really different? That again, I probably got bullied out of. It was I used to warm my milk.
Really?
When I was a kid.
I know people that put ice cubes in it.
No, I used to warm my milk. I only did with cornflakes though. So I like plain cornflakes, hot milk, and then add sugar to it and I'll eat it like that and it'd be super soggy. But then when I started going to school, they sort those little cereals and those little things you peel open and stuff like that. And I was like looking for the microwave and I didn't know where the microwave. And I saw everybody just like opening it up and just pouring their milk in it and eating like that. I'm like, damn. So I had to like suppress.
Oh, you didn't know that?
No. I was suppressing my true self at school.
bro, ain't that funny how that we go through life not knowing certain things and then at a certain age it clicks in our head and we're just like, oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, bro, I never understood gas prices, bro. Like, I'm like, that's the price, but it's them two little numbers fucking me up right now. I'm like, bro, I can't. Bro, I was like, something wrong with them two numbers, bro. I'm like, man, it say it's 328, but it say 328.98, bro. I can't. Like, is it 98? Do it switch? Oh, that I used to be like, oh, that's the diesel.
You know what I did one time is when my dad was filling up the tank because I read it as $3.59, right?
Yeah.
And I saw the pump. It said like $39. I'm like, Dad, they're trying to rob you. I was like, hey, they're trying to cheat you.
Right. You don't understand gallons either. You getting up there, you just seen that motherfucker run up. You like, God damn.
That's one thing I don't pay attention to with a car, like how many gallons of gas it holds. I'd never really thought about that.
Yeah,
really.
That's another thing. You really don't find out until some shit happen.
Yeah, because even when you look at like $2 a gallon, I'm not thinking about I'm not even thinking about the price of the gas in my head, like trying to multiply if my car holds 20 gallons or whatever.
That's what's so funny. I like people like there's if gas prices go up, which they are now, you adjust a little bit.
Yeah.
But like, how do you truly adjust? Like nobody. Okay, let's say you drive places for fun. Like, okay, I'm gonna cut this trip out. But like, where do you drive that you don't have to drive to? That you would say like, if gas got too high, I'm not driving there. Nowhere.
Yeah.
Because you go everywhere you necessarily go. Like maybe you'll carpool more. Like, hey bro, let's carpool to the next game or something like that.
Yeah.
But we still do that anyway. So it's like what? Like gas is gas.
Yeah.
Like I hate when people like look at the prices like gas is this. Like, so what you gonna do?
That's one of those. Yeah, it's like
what you gonna do, man?
You have no like. The gas is one of those things you're never gonna have a choice whether to buy it. If they can put it $10 a gallon. There's nothing you drive less. Save the environment a little bit, I guess.
Get that bike warmed up,
bro.
If bikes came back, bro, I would just.
I tried. Go ahead, though.
I feel like you ever been when you was younger in the hood and everybody come get you like, hey, her chain popped.
Yeah.
And everybody knew you could fix chains. You'd be like, all right, let me go get my screwdriver.
Mm-hmm.
And you act like you was the hood mechanic. I used to always flip people bike upside down and shit. Like, yeah, give me about an hour.
Yeah.
I had everything not running nice and good. I used to really be fixing people chains, and I test ride it and then bring it back to them. And they used to pay me like $2 or $3. Like, your dumb ass don't know how to put on a chain.
Yeah.
Bro, you know what I used to hate in college, bro?
What?
So, you know when you out, let's say we all go to Applebee's, and it's probably, you know that day period, especially in college, it's like 5 days before your next check.
Yeah.
Your shit really dwindling down. So you make that next purchase when you know you should be saving, and you broke college student, and then you get that email. And that email say, your account is now below $100. Well, thanks, bitch. Thanks for telling me. God damn. Bro, and you be trying to, and they know you having a good time.
Yeah.
Like, you saw my card was swiped at Six Flags, and you still had the audacity to send this shit.
And
I didn't know. Like, people know you got $100.
Yeah. With me, when the lady, I remember in college too, they asked you, hey, what do you want to set your alert limit to? And I didn't want to seem like I was like broke. So I was like $100. But then after a while, I was like, I'm like, Chase Bank is texting me like 5 times a day.
To the point you just want to test. Hey, don't even.
I was like, let me put this down to 50.
Hey, don't call me unless I owe y'all money. Fuck out of here.
You gotta put the alerts down to 50. But the thing about the alerts was
that's an embarrassing ass text.
Yeah.
Would you?
Hey, you're broke. Stop spending.
Your girl, hey, somebody text you, see who it is. Oh no, it's just an email from Chase.
Yeah,
saying you only got $25 left. All right, that's cool.
Yeah,
come to the back. Okay,
but I think it kind of gave you a little peace of mind when you swipe your card and then hoping that it goes through. Because the alerts for some, bro. The thing about it though is that I feel like that feeling never leaves you. Because even now, I know I have money on my card, right?
It's just still
like I know I have plenty of money on my card. That is not a $50 purchase is not going to do anything to it, right? But I still be looking at it like it's better say
approved. Why y'all taking so long?
The worst feeling is when your card is not working and it's not your fault.
Yeah, at a certain place.
Yeah.
Yeah, sir. Do you have a credit card? You trying to embarrass me, bitch?
It's like you don't know what to do. It's like even if like I feel like even if it's true, if you're broke, that's the best thing to say is, man, I don't even know why that happened. Let me call the bank. They must lock my shit.
Lock your shit for a $20. Did they lock your shit for a $20 purchase, sir? Or are you capping?
Oh, it must be the stripe on the back that's not working. You see that?
What y'all chip reader looking like? This 2013?
Yeah.
Chip reader.
But I think one time I really did have like a bad the magnetic strip on the back.
Yeah, your shit
was bad.
That
shit was declining.
Hey, my shit. I've only had my card decline one time.
Yeah,
and it was because of me. It was when I first got my bank app, and I went to it and I pressed like the freeze and unfreeze button.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, just trying to figure out what stuff is. I'm all through that. Like, cool. And I never clicked the unfreeze, so my card was frozen. And they had to swipe my shit at least 50 times at McDonald's.
Yeah.
Bro, I don't think my price.
Try it again.
It was like $4, bro. My shit is declining. Hey,
I think that's the other thing for the tier of stuff.
If nobody was behind me, I would have walked out, went to my car, and like figured out what was wrong. But it was like 10 people behind me. It's like that pride, like I ain't going nowhere.
Y'all gonna resolve this right here.
I got money. You find in your chest.
Yeah.
Hey, I got more money than you trying to call people out. I got more money than everybody back there. Hold on.
Yeah.
Y'all got me fucked up.
Yeah, that's funny, man. College, man, we had to make $20 stretch.
Man,
and we did.
Yeah, you used to make $40 easily.
Yeah. What? Doing what?
Throw in the back.
Vegas?
Hey. Vegas, that's our first Vegas race.
Yeah.
Shout out to Vegas, man. Night fights.
Obviously, this just came out yesterday. The Brittany Griner situation.
Oh yeah. My little brother called me about that. I don't know why he liked the WNBA so much.
It's just a fan of basketball.
He is. He really loved basketball. He mad about Brittany Griner, but he said she shouldn't be doing drugs.
Yeah. But yeah, her being locked up. And then you said, like, when you told me this yesterday, it was like 3 weeks. I was like, wait, 3 weeks? And I actually read it. It was like 3 weeks.
She's been over there 3 weeks.
It said February.
That's like WNBA got to be better, bro. Like, how is one of your star players locked up and she's been over there 3 weeks? Like, imagine if LeBron went off the grid for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Like, the NBA be like, hold on. Like,
Exactly.
Where the fuck is LeBron at? We have reports he went to Italy. He ain't been back yet. Like, this is like one of your stars. Like, how is she over here for 3 weeks? Or how can her family get enough press to...
Yeah.
Like, is Brittany Griner's parents not famous enough? I'm not saying they famous, but like known enough to be like, my daughter's in prison.
Yeah. Although it's a really sad situation, but the thing about me is like, when you go into foreign countries, bro, it's like, don't try to even be sneaky with anything. Like, especially, she's played there before.
I feel like they get away with more.
Feel like they maybe get away with it.
I feel like in the U.S., like, there's like, so if you go through TSA, there's probably like obviously people still smuggle through planes.
Mm-hmm.
But the percentage is probably so low. I want to see the percentage. I bet you it's under 10% of like smugglers get through TSA.
Yeah.
Without getting caught. Like, you're for sure damn near getting caught. I feel like when you go to other foreign countries, like, if you have enough money, you can surpass stuff. Like, people take more money over there than they do over here. Like, people in America take their jobs seriously.
I think also what's going on right now too is like, Russia and Ukraine. It's
because they have. I'm sure they have other U.S. citizens in prison over there.
But a popular one.
A popular one, like, and we at odds with them. Like, we're not on the best terms with them.
Yeah.
So if the war, like, let's say Russia does something else that the U.S. doesn't like, and U.S. officially, like, says, okay, we just add it with Russia.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Brittany Griner, that's why Shabazz Napier came back.
Yeah.
He was overseas playing basketball in Russia, and he came back to America because he's like, what happens if the tide turns? And, like, yeah, they're at odds right now, but it's not like, every Russian, wants to kill a U.S. citizen.
Yeah.
But, like, it could get like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's usually what war is. Like, you don't let anybody from the opposing country sit in your country.
Yeah. Well, yeah, prayers to Brittany Griner. I hope she gets out. And speaking of the WNBA as well.
She'll be fine in prison, though.
Yeah, there's not too many 6'9" women in prison. Yeah.
Nah, ain't nobody trying her.
Yeah.
She'll be all right.
But we don't know what Russian prison is like either.
Yeah, they tough.
Yeah.
Russians are tough.
I don't know what it's like over there. So.
But she been over there, so she knows what it's like.
Not prison. Not the Russian prison.
Huh?
Maybe through friends.
Yeah, I'm sure she knows.
All right. Either way.
Free Brittany.
Yeah. For people trying to like clip this, I'm like, he was joking about it. But WNBA. Speaking of WNBA, did you see that they fined the New York Liberty $500,000 for chartering flights? And they also were thinking about terminating the organization as a whole.
Wow. That's so dumb.
Because their owner has enough money to charter them flights. Because he's also the owner of the Knicks.
Is he?
Yeah, he's a
Dolan?
I think it's. That's why I didn't know if it's the Knicks, because Dolan is the name I know for owner of the Knicks. But whichever one, he's the owner of another major sports organization. So he has
enough money to. That's so dumb.
And then people see it as an advantage to.
Yeah, advantage. My owner's rich.
Yeah, but the thing about it is that
it's so dumb because
it should be already provided, I guess, right?
People are so dumb, bro. The dumbest thing that people... I remember Dirk took a huge pay cut.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked at everybody and I'm like, y'all are crazy dumb if y'all think Dirk Nowitzki took a pay cut. And his owner's a billionaire.
Yeah.
He took a pay cut by NBA standards. Like, yes, I'll take this contract that's implemented from the NBA to the Mavericks to me.
Yeah.
To go on their cap. You don't think Mark Cuban filled in the rest of the space to be like, Dirk, stay. We just need this money to do other things.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. That's the same thing with, remember, I forgot this happened. Andre Kirilenko.
Yeah.
Remember when they got him on the Russian team? Because I think it was the Nets, actually. It's when they have that Russian owner.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I said Russian. I don't know if he's Russian. I think he is. But about to eliminate a whole franchise because they're getting maybe what they deserve from their owner.
I don't know what's wrong with the WNBA. Like, every time it feels like they can take a step forward and do something, like they do the total opposite. Like, you've seen, like, okay, they started like giving out awards.
Mhm.
I think they have, I don't know if it's dedicated to Kobe and Gigi award or something like that. And it's like, you're the WNBA. Not to be sexist, but you're the WNBA, and the first person you gave the award to was Chris Paul,
Yeah.
a man. Like, are you like,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
I think, and because I was having this conversation with Bailey the other day, and we're watching that Caitlin Clark girl, right?
Yeah.
And that's the girl that's really good from Iowa.
Yeah.
But now,
a good point.
and I was saying that this is the most popular she's ever gonna be.
Yeah. Same thing with Paige Bucher.
Yeah. This like right now, this is the most popular they're ever gonna be. And then when they get to the WNBA, it's just gonna be, because even like Kelsey Plum was a really good player, and like I don't hear too much.
Yeah.
I don't, and it's just that I don't know if the WNBA, or I don't know if it's the player thing, but I don't know if they're marketing their players well enough, because like there's still no excitement. Like why should an Enrique, Paige Buchanan, and the Caitlin Clark, like they're big. Skylar Diggins is still like popular. Like you still hear her name, but a lot of it's because too she's really good looking and she's really good at basketball as well. So it's like the 2 and 2 kind of her world kind of expands based on what she's probably doing for herself, not what the WNBA is doing.
Yeah.
It's like her own efforts are making her more popular than, but it's just kind of crazy that somebody would be.
I think college, the college has a built-in fan base.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's like unfair to compare college to WNBA.
Yeah.
If me and you are regular students at UConn, and the women's team is super good, and they have someone as popular as Paige Buchers, and we're like, oh, we have access to a ticket. We're a school of, I don't know how many people go to University of Connecticut. I'm sure it's a lot, though. You have a built-in fan base, plus the fan base you're picking up from TV.
Yeah.
When that happens in a WNBA, your fan base stays at UConn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, Duke doesn't, like, a lot of Duke people do like JJ Redick, but they didn't follow him to the NBA and said, okay, now we're all fans of the Orlando Magic when he got drafted. It's like, no, we're still Duke fans.
Yeah.
Like, you got to build your own, but Orlando Magic has their own fan base. WNBA, like, they've been in, like, cities for, like, 5-6 years. Like, there's no way you can get a fan base that quick.
I feel that.
I think the biggest problem is, I think they should have started closer. They tried to start like how the NBA was, like, okay, oh, you got the, you know, Cleveland something, let's have a Cleveland team. You got the Detroit something, let's have a Detroit team.
Mm-hmm.
But like they should have all started, like anything small, all start in the same spot.
Yeah.
Like I'm just about to have 10 teams in New York give me 150 of the best, 300 of the best women's basketball players in the world, and let's start it like this.
Yeah.
They tried to start. I feel like they tried to start too big. Like, there's a lot of great women out there, but you got to make it to like where it's like, man, these teams are so good, they're going at it, that their games are so close. Because that's how the NBA started. NBA didn't start with all these damn teams.
Yeah.
Like they got their talent together, then it started expanding.
I also think like again, it still goes back to marketing for me, just because like again, I know the point you made, there's a built-in fan base, but Caitlin Clark, it's middle of Iowa, right? It's like social media.
Iowa.
Yeah, like the social media aspect is I'm watching them because it's also built in, but there's also she's popular as hell because she's doing great things and they're highlighting her doing great things. Yeah. Maybe it's a difference in competition that's makes like really good players maybe stand out a lot more in college than they would.
WNBA, WNBA kind of humbles because it's the best of the best.
Yeah, so it's the best of the best. So it's like I don't know. I think I still think the WNBA should do a better job. Promoting their players.
Yeah, exactly. Promoting who's like, people don't realize that like food chains attract people. Mm-hmm. And like what I mean by food chain is like, there's a food chain in NBA. Like there's a difference between Kevin Durant to Jason Tatum to DJ Augustine to like the 10th player off the bench for the OKC. Yeah. Oklahoma City Thunder. Like there's a difference. Like create your star. Like create the rivalry. Like I feel like Candace Parker was one of the biggest pulls to the WNBA. Yeah. Because everybody felt at one point that she was the best player, and WNBA pushed it like, oh, she's the best player in the league. So now you want to see now you get the haters like, oh, I want to see her lose, I want to see her win. The same thing about MJ, LeBron, Kobe is like, you got to push these stars, just like you saying, market. Like, make somebody the star, make somebody the villain. Yeah. Like, cheat just like the NBA and get them to, like, don't play real bad. Like, the NBA be cheating, bro.
Yeah. There's not, like, again, it's weird because society probably sees women as like being really emotional and catty, right? That's the thing, right? But there's more beef. There's like more beef in the NBA
because it's frowned upon it, bro.
than the WNBA. I don't see I don't know no players that don't dislike each other.
Caitlin Clark from Iowa, when she was like shooting threes and she was staring at the other team's bench, like a bunch of people wrote like, "That's not basketball. That's not how you do this," and stuff like that. But LeBron get on TV and do the silencer, and is known worldwide. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like. We tell guys like, hey, we want you to dance. Who got the best celebrations? OBJ got this celebration, blah blah. But like when women do it, we just like, yeah. It's like that WNBA finals last year was lit.
Yeah, it was.
Cause it looked like they hated each other.
Yeah.
Like, bro, they was screaming in each other's face. I'm like, bro, she ain't getting a tech for that. Like, this is crazy.
And that one player, I forgot her name, but she was standing over
her.
Yeah.
She screamed in her face and didn't get a tech. And it was all over the internet, and it was crazy. It's like, how can you not take that and be like, we need to implement this into next season.
Mm-hmm.
We need to start amping up games. We need to tell Skylar Diggins to say, this girl isn't better than you. Throw you extra 10,000.
You want them to act?
Yes, Brittany Griner. We don't like Liz Cambridge. When she come here, I need you to follow. I need you to push. Like, remember when Joel Embiid was getting into it with like every big man?
Yeah.
Him and Karl Anthony Towns, bro.
Yeah.
Remember Ben Simmons had Karl Anthony Towns in the headlock? Like stuff like that. That's what brings drama. Now the next time Ben Simmons plays the 76ers, I guarantee Mike don't even watch basketball. He gonna be watching that shit.
Yeah. I probably watched the first game back.
Yeah.
Or try to, at least maybe highlights.
NBA is drama, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Curry and LeBron.
Storyline.
Yeah. LeBron and Curry last night.
Yeah.
They literally love each other. They hug after every game. But it's just a rivalry like Warriors, LeBron.
That's another thing they need to do better than is the storyline. Because that's the thing, like, the NBA does a really good job on. It's just creating those, whether artificial or natural storylines.
They are artificial.
Yeah. Some of them are natural, though. Like, some of them are just naturally what's happening. But I do think, obviously, but that's the thing about being a production, like, you having a production arm of your company. Is like, you have to create a story out of something, right? Yeah. When fighters are about to fight, they tell a backstory about this player and they tell a backstory about this player, or their beef with each other, or where they're from, or what they're fighting for. NBA, they kind of do the same thing, like what their inspiration and stuff like that.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Why?
Because the worst commentary in history is coming to a TV near you.
What?
And that's the NFL draft.
Oh, man.
Man, every time an NFL player get drafted, they be like, man, this is Malik Thomas, cornerback from Florida A&M. It looks like we're projecting him as a third rounder. If you don't know about Malik, his dad used to beat the fuck out of him. Made him move in with his mom, and his mom started beating the shit out of him.
Yeah.
And he went to the backyard and started backpedaling and never stopped. Once he got out of foster care and stopped selling drugs after his best friend died in the car crash, like, god damn, he been through a lot.
Yeah, that's how you got it.
Like, bro, why can't he just like come from? It'd be like a dude. It's funny because it's almost like the players finding out that the shit about him as the person.
Yeah,
speaks.
It's almost like they want to give everybody that like underdog story. And people do deserve those stories, but I feel like when it's always more tasteful. You when they're doing something good, it's less tasteful when they're doing something good, and then you're saying something negative that happened. Like, let's talk about what he did good, his accomplishments. He graduated with a 4.0 at college.
Yeah.
Name those stuff.
It's funny because somebody we know, so Alante's brother, Sauce Gardner for Cincinnati, who's probably going to be a first-round best corner in the draft. I just saw an article about him that said, like, from the streets of Detroit to NFL draft. And he has a good family.
Yeah.
Like, his brother is, like, a really good dude.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure their parents are really good people. Like, they good people. So you saying from the streets of Detroit, like, he was going on the streets just for an article pull. Like, these dudes is crazy, bro.
Yeah. And I think that it's interesting now, too, because there's going to be a generation of people that might not be... I guess what I'm trying to say is that, like, a lot of people in the NFL came from lower middle class or lower class or poverty and made it through. I think there's gonna be less of that going forward, just because when I think about like all our friends, right? There's nobody I really know that's really living in poverty. Like, yeah,
that because you're not there anymore.
Yeah, but I'm just saying like people that I know though. But like growing up, I knew a lot of people that were living in poverty. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I just feel like I think
not less people living in poverty. You're not saying that, right?
I think for black people, yes.
I don't think so.
Then back then,
No, I don't think so.
are you serious?
Yeah.
I think black people have way more opportunities now than they had before.
No,
to be
no. I think
there's more rich black people now than there ever were.
Yeah, I think it's a bigger gap.
Gap in towards what?
That it's a bigger gap between. It's even a bigger gap between people that have money and people who don't.
Are you talking about like there's not really a middle class?
Yeah, kind of like I think what's perceived, what we think is middle class is like truly lower class. If you get what I'm saying, like middle class is more of like moved on, like you can access to certain things, but like still living check to check. Just because I have, I live in a little better neighborhood, or I have a little better TV, or I have a little better something, doesn't mean I'm not in poverty, because I'm still check to check. I just feel like things are more accessible, if that makes sense.
I guess to me, when I think about poverty, just because where I'm from, it's like that's poverty to me.
To the slums, yeah. I think there's a new poverty because there's new technology in the world is better. Like there's no project. There's like not as many projects. Yeah. Like if I go back home when I was growing up, there used to be this project, this project, this project. Yeah. Now it's dwindled all the way down to 2 when it was up to 5. And I'm sure it's like that in most cities, like Chicago shutting down a lot of projects. Mm-hmm. There's a lot more people in houses now than there were back then. Like
But I guess the point I was trying to make then was that there's gonna be less. I feel like there's gonna be less of those type of stories, just because I feel like a lot of kids are growing up in better situations than they. Because the thing about like I want my kids to do better than me, right? That type of thing. So it's like a lot of like. So when the point of that, when those people are making those comments, there's so many other good stuff that's happening that you don't even have to point those type of things out anymore. Like what his dad did or what his mom did. Yeah. Especially if it's negative.
I think another good point that you just brought it up, but another good point is these kids are getting the money earlier. Yeah. Than what they would get. You know what I mean? Like
just the internet itself.
Like, okay, if you're the best, like if you're in the 80s and you're the best receiver and everybody knows, hey, you're going to get drafted the first thing off the board. You still got to go to college. You might get paid under the table, but it's not much. Mm-hmm. You got to at least wait all the way until you're 18. Yeah. Like now, if I'm 16 years old and I'm the number 1 player in the country in any sport, somebody's already slipped me 6 figures at some point to do something. Yeah. To either play for an AAU team, move to a different state to go to this high school, or commit to a college early. Like somebody's already given me money, or I got ample amount of opportunities to get money. Yeah. Like you can make it way earlier now. Yeah. So yeah, I guess you are. Like if your son's good at something, like you gonna make some money.
And that's why I brought up the point about like knowing just like the people my friends right now. Like I already know their kids are not gonna grow up in hard times. In relative,
yeah, the people you know now.
Yeah, just compared to the people I knew when we were all kids, because everybody's parents were probably living in hard times, and then it was not really a way out.
It only takes one kid to fuck up a generation.
Yeah, that's crazy. Isn't that crazy? The power of your generation is in your hands.
You can fuck up anything. Your dad praying like, please, Michael, be good. Like, man, I'm about to smoke crack. No!
Bro, you can be literally the reason why 5 generations from now.
They're going to all be looking at you in heaven like, this piece of shit, bro. It's your 5th time at the casino this week. Better on black, baby. Facts. Let it ride.
I heard the new Batman was ass. It's making me not want to see it.
It's good. I heard it's bad.
But it's a 3-hour movie. Yeah. It's like, do you really want to take that stroll to the movie theaters for a bad movie?
The older I get, the more I don't like movies that are unrealistic. Yeah. I'm just like getting further and further away from it. The only ones that can get me are like Superman movies, Spider-Man movies, maybe.
Has a movie ever made you want to cry or cry?
I Am Sam.
What?
It's this movie about this autistic dude whose wife left him. Yeah. After, not his wife, or his girlfriend left him after they had a baby. She abandoned him and a baby. And he raised her till she was like 6 or 7. And then something happened to where the court found out that he had the kid. And then he had to go through court, like seeing if he can get her back. Yeah. He was obviously autistic and couldn't like really like articulate what he wanted to say, and sometimes he would spaz out in court and they would try to use that against him. And then he had this moment in court where he was going crazy. Damn, I was like 8 years old, like, ugh.
Damn, I didn't expect you to give me a real answer, but
Real.
I always like. I feel like when I was a kid, when I was about to cry, in those parts, I used to just run away to my room.
And that was the best thing.
Like, it's not real. It's not real.
No, I say this. I'll say this again. This gonna be clippable because so many people felt this.
Yeah.
I walked into the theater one day to watch Hardball, and I walked out different. You ever seen Hardball before?
This is the one with Jonah Hill.
Nah, it's
with the one with G Baby and stuff like that.
Yeah, G Baby.
I don't remember it.
Man, when G Baby got shot, bro, because it happened. That was like the first sudden death I had to deal with in the movie.
Yeah.
Like, damn, they killed off G Baby.
Yeah.
Like, they was like, because he was like, "Are you all right, G Baby?" And he had already got shot, and he was like that. And then he looked down at the bullet hole. Man, when I tell you my hat was propped to the side the whole ride home, I was ready to slide him some shit. Like, what the boy is that? They killed G. I really thought G Baby died, bro.
Yeah.
My mom had to convince me, like, bro, G Baby is not real.
Separating the character from the actual person.
I'm in school next day, sad as hell.
And you see him on the news and stuff like that. Oh, he's alive.
My friend's going, "What's wrong with you?" And just not the time right now.
Yeah.
Bro, what I really want to know is, who is the first person to say, "Hey, that middle finger look offensive as hell"?
That's a good question.
Like, bro, who just chose that? Like, it couldn't be the pinky, this hand. It say, when this finger go up, this mean business, boy.
Yeah, I think it's a way of communicating. Maybe before, we can Google this, but this is Crash Dummies podcast. We don't Google shit.
Never.
but I feel like there's a way of communicating before maybe verbal communication was. And the middle finger might have been the one thing that stuck around.
If somebody pointed to, you know how you usually point? Mm-hmm. If somebody did that with their middle finger, would you be weirded out? Would you ever say something to them?
I think it's weird.
If somebody was like, "Hey, come here, man."
But in some cultures, pointing at people is seen as offensive.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's Indian people, they kind of do that.
If you point at them?
Like, pointing. So even in Nigeria too, I think it's a thing.
Just
like,
imagine two people arguing in the street.
But like, point is just like seen as like rude, I guess. And so it's like even people like kind of like in Nigeria, they're like point at somebody like.
How you supposed to get their attention? They won't.
Oh, if to get somebody's attention in Nigeria, they used to do like you hear this a lot. I'm being that serious. Or you're like, "Ace." Everybody's ace. Ace. I was like, why they said ace so much? That's like how would I explain it in an American term?
Bro?
Like, bro, like, hey you, ace, come here.
The boy's puckering a kiss?
Yeah. You especially when to call like a bike.
Oh man, that would be so dead. When I go in there, that shit's so dead. We gonna be in so many fights, bro. Like, this dude Pat keeps squaring up with everybody that try to get his attention.
Yeah, even what's another thing that's offensive in Nigeria? Like shaking with your left hand.
That is offensive.
Like giving something, taking, that's offensive to you?
Taking someone's left hand? No, that's not offensive.
Yeah,
somebody trying to shake me up with the left hand? Yeah, that's it.
That's weird too. Why is it because there's less? That just doubled up in my own ear. That's weird.
Less.
Is it because there was less people like born left-handed?
Yeah, I think so. Obviously, that's where it come from. We're not Googling.
But are we? Again. Yeah, we're not Googling any of this shit. But is it because like? But how do we? Because there's some people that like, especially in Nigeria.
How do people find out it was left-handed?
That's what I'm saying. Because sometimes in Nigeria, they'll like stop their kids from being left-handed. So if they're doing things with your left hand, you like, if it's not in you, it's not in you.
Get on the phone like, "Oh, the boy think he left-handed now. Gotta beat his ass."
But like, I wonder if it's just like scientifically, like just more people born right-handed.
You got to think like the world is made for right-handers.
How so?
Everything is made right-handed.
I mean, I think now it is because there's more right-handed people.
Huh?
I think now it is because there's more right-handed people.
There's always been more right-handed people.
How do we know that?
Huh? Because everything has been that's in history.
Yeah, I guess I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Right-handed.
Yeah. I get what you're saying.
Just think of like anytime, like look at desk, like school desk.
They had the left-handed ones too.
Yeah, I remember that.
I tried to be fake left-handed before. And then I got exposed on the basketball court.
I know. I would always try to do. I always try to come out just yeah.
Bro, in layup lines in high school, bro, I used to avoid doing left-hand layups in the layup line. I'll dribble like super hard my right once and then take the 1-2, go up with 2, and then just barely push with the left hand.
I used to always smack the glass with my left when I went up. Be like, even if I miss it, they see me smacking. They see you see the ups.
Bro, yeah, especially for college basketball, high school basketball. My biggest fear every time I always did it, and I still do it to this day sometimes, like blowing open layups.
Why do you always take your time when you say that word?
Because I'm trying to talk slower and trying to process what I'm saying.
No, you just like, this one I just start blowing.
It was not, but I started blowing open layups. And then, so every time I would avoid fast breaks, like coach start seeing it on film, like
veering it to the right.
Yeah, start like scooting away. I'm like, damn, but don't get it confused, anybody. Anybody listen to this, I'll give you 40.
But you said 40, like you would ever be in like a regulation game.
I don't think I've ever scored 40 in a game.
No, a lot of people haven't, not even in 2K. I saw on the news that this kid, he got his engineering degree,
mm-hmm.
and he's 14. So he just graduated with his master's also.
Yeah.
I think, so he wants to go into a workforce. What is he going to do for the next 4 years? Like, bro, what are you doing?
He definitely can't go to any office, but
who wants to hire a 14-year-old, bro? Like, imagine.
Does it violate child labor laws either?
Yeah, that's a good question. Like, he can do a bunch of internships, I'm guessing. But you try to take the kid, you know what I mean? Like, hey, we all going to lunch. My mom said I can't ride with strangers. Fuck. Hate working with this little ass dude.
He can't go to happy. It's like you're babysitting and shit. My mom said, "Can I hang out here with you guys for a little bit?"
Yes, it's the break room. Go ahead. God damn me annoying.
We talking like a 14-year-old is speaking like a baby.
He bringing y'all as funky. Y'all tell my mom I'm here at work. Get the fuck on somewhere.
Yeah.
We tired of you, man. Go back to school. That boy, then he ain't got no friends.
Yeah.
Like, who gonna befriend a 14-year-old in college, bro? Imagine a 14-year-old in your college class. Low-key, I don't like him. You kind of trying to show me up.
Yeah.
Like, why you in here? Like, who you think
I bet you he did a lot of this remotely.
Huh?
I bet you he did almost all
Makes
this.
it even worse. Now he at home.
Yeah.
Yo, they said that
he can get a good remote job. if it's like anything computer science wise, you don't got to be anywhere
for the rest of his life.
For 4 more years.
You a little nerdy ass.
But being in college at 14 is wild.
His date's gonna be remote too.
Yeah, that's the thing though.
All video camera.
You can't talk to any girl on campus.
Nobody talking to no person.
Yeah.
They going to prison.
Yeah.
They going to prison.
Even if they think about it.
They gotta at least let him go to high school like
partially of the day.
Yeah, so he can brag.
Yeah.
They be like, "Oh, where you from? Just got back from college, bitch." What y'all boys still? I bet y'all boys still taking naps. Be shitting on them boys. Where y'all was at? Recess couldn't be me. I had study hall. That boy's way behind.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh
shit.
Hey, say the boy. Hey, you talking to his boys? He trying to be bigger than them. Like, yeah, I heard one of y'all got second in the spelling bee. Boy couldn't spell ambidextrous.
That's a hard ass word.
It is. Boy don't know how to spell onomatopoeia.
Them kids be going crazy in those.
Bro, I hated people that did that.
What?
Like went and found out how to spell onomatopoeia and then asked everybody, Do you know how to spell onomatopoeia? Like, can you recite the last 7 digits you got from a girl? Nerd ass boy. Fuck out my face. How the fuck you a pinch runner in kickball? Get your nerd out.
Oh man. All right, we getting there.
Fuck on my face. Now I got one more thing.
All right, go ahead.
What are some things you do to get your guests to leave?
Oh yeah. I think the thing I probably do is I probably walk out the room, like out what the general area they are, and just go lay down.
Bro, you know how fucked up I'd be if I'm sitting there like watching TV with my boy.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, hey, where you at? He like, oh, I'm in bed.
Yeah.
The hell? What type of shit is this?
Because there's two fronts to this. One, I can sleep through anything, so I'm sleeping, right? I'm gonna wake up and hopefully you guys are gone, right, or there. Two, you're gonna feel bad when you come up to my room and it's like, oh, Mike's sleeping, then we're still here. You kind of feel dumb if your guest, if the person that owns the house that you're visiting is sleeping while you're there. You're like, all right, why am I still here?
Why am I here, bro? That's pretty good. That's fucked up though.
Yeah.
Go lay down, watch somebody. That shit disrespectful.
I've done that multiple times.
That's crazy.
Not just
I just get fully dressed and sit on my couch and kind of angle myself towards the person. I'm about to leave. So.
That's the best. Yeah, start getting dressed for sure. Is gonna do it.
Just get fully clothed. You're not even intending on leaving. You just fully clothed at the door. Trying to get your ass up and go.
Right. I got a meeting to get to.
All right, yeah. People, hey, one last thing. Stop driving cop cars. We sick of it.
Ford Explorers?
Yeah. Like, who goes to the thing like, oh, I want one just like the sheriff.
They also the ones what they have like the lights on the side too.
Yes, that's what kills me. Okay, you got the little Ford because you think it's a cop car and it's probably one of the best cars that they making for cops, right? But you got the little thing. What's that for? What is that for, anyways?
A spotlight. My dad had one of those because my dad used to buy like used cars in Southern Nigeria, so he bought these like old. Like, he always go to like they called like the police auctions, and then he bought a Ford, and it had he had the spotlight, and he was like,
"Oh, let's start this story over." That boy just fought off a stroke. That boy waved that bitch off too. That boy was having a stroke. He said, "Oh." Strong ass.
But he used to like have that flashlight on his car as well. He was like, "Yeah, I like it because people always move out the way or start slowing down."
What the fuck?
That boy a menace.
I don't want to give me one of them boys because I don't want people.
Hey,
imagine.
I do it to local people.
We should do a prank with somebody, bro. Yeah. Like, we should hoop with somebody and then ask them, "Hey, bro, you know where the weed at?" They like, "Yeah, bro, I got you. I get your number," and then we just both hop in a cop car and drive. Like, yeah, dog, you're cooked.
Oh man! All right, though. It's been episode 36 of Crash Dummies podcast. Peace.
Deuce.